Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason, as always. My co-host, the voice of MMA in Utah, Zack Partridge, getting ready for a fight March 19th. Steel Fist Fight Night. Rematch.
No elbows. We're Ammies.
Oh, damn.
No elbows. Get out of here.
I was getting a little excited.
You've been working with Joel too much.
We got some
Plant Daddy.
We can break it next week, but there's some big stuff on the horizon. I'm a little happy today.
Big news for the podcast.
Like that big for the podcast.
March 19th, a little rematch action.
A little rematch. Went to a draw.
No judges needed this time.
No judges needed this
Promise.
time. You're going to sink the choke in this time.
Dude, I'll put myself in a situation. One of us is going out or tapping. I promise.
I like it.
No judges.
I like
no judge. Hey, I pulled old Steve Sharp, Steve Farragher. I don't want you involved in my fight. I don't want you involved in my fight. I don't want you involved.
Hey, if you haven't watched Steve Sharp's YouTube video,
dude, it's so good.
Of the tournament when he actually fought 4 guys in one night, but I think they only showed 3 on the YouTube video. But yeah, after his first fight, he pointed to all the judges. He said, I don't want you judging my fight. I don't want you judging my fight.
Yeah, no judges needed. I like the judges though. Dan Furst, Steve Farragher,
they're awesome.
Dutch, Rich Montanez, like all those
awesome.
guys, all great guys.
Great guys.
I just don't want them involved in my fight just because I don't
blame you.
It's not necessary. We're only here for super necessary.
I was a little hyped up when I was recording your last fight. I was a little hyped up watching you. You probably didn't hear the audio. I was yelling at you.
Oh, yeah.
Taking you to the gym.
Get out of here. When are you going to come get choked? Are you going to come up tomorrow and let me choke you?
We have to make a plan because I train from 10 to 12.
And I train from 10 to 12.
So we may have to
go
1 week, one gym, and 1 week the next gym.
All right.
Yeah.
We just had Ben Moa on the podcast. If you didn't catch it, you have to definitely go listen to that, the return of Ben Moa. Ben's so humble, and he's such a good guy, and he's not going to talk smack. I'm telling you right now, the Ben Moa we all loved, watching him knock people out, it's going to be the same. It just is.
And he looks in tip-top shape.
Dude, and he's in phenomenal shape.
He's
freakishly strong.
Yeah.
Freakishly strong. Freakishly fast. Hits so hard.
It's Polynesian, man. It's in their genetics.
Tongan.
It's Tongan genetics.
Oof.
Just strong, man. So we got a little fight card, early start tomorrow, 2 o'clock.
Oh, really?
2 o'clock Utah time. Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. Didn't get to do a lot of research. We had fights last Saturday. We were a little busy this week wrapping up stuff from Maverick Center.
We've been doing so much. So we're just going to jam through this. It's not the normal official breakdown like we normally do, but maybe if you want some official picks, you can follow my TikTok.
Follow Zach's TikTok. I've been ignoring TikTok lately.
It's probably a good thing for you.
Yeah. All right, let's start it off. First fight of the night at flyweight, Malcolm Gordon against Denise Bondar. Gordon is 13-5, stands 5'7" with a 70-inch reach. Psycho is 16-3. He stands 5'6". No reaches listed on Tapology. Bondar is making his UFC debut. He's coming in as a -280 favorite. And I was just looking at some stats before we went live. This guy has 16 wins. They're all finishes.
And one thing that's really interesting for me about our boy Malcolm Gordon is all 5 of his losses is he's gotten knocked out in the first or second round, except one arm triangle in the first round. So I definitely see when you go a finisher versus a guy that gets finished when he does lose. And he's from Ukraine, which is pretty close to Russia, so it's not like a lock, like a Russian lock bet. But I'm definitely going with Bondar on this one.
10 out of his 6 wins have been in the first round too.
Yeah.
You know, I don't
kind of like the under.
I like the under, and I don't normally like to pick against. I don't normally like to pick the guys that are making their UFC debut.
No.
But something tells me that this guy is the psycho. He's a psycho.
Yeah, and he's from the Ukraine, so there you go.
So we're going with the Ukraine Bondar Psycho for the win, and we both like the under. So Next up in the welterweight division, we got Philip the Vanilla Gorilla Witt versus Philip Rowe. Witt is 19-7, stands 5'10" with a 70-inch reach, and the Fresh Prince is 8-3. He stands 6'3" with an 80.5-inch reach. Philip Rowe has a 10.5-inch reach advantage and a 5-inch reach advantage and 5-inch height advantage. He's huge for welterweight.
He is a big welterweight, but this is an interesting matchup between two guys that really haven't like solidified themselves in their career in the UFC yet.
Yeah.
I view it as a coin flip.
I'd say -140 favorite for Rowe.
I very non-confidently am picking Jason Witt in this one, just taking the value. Experience is why I lean that. You get the value, and he's the more experienced fighter.
And you get the Glory MMA guy.
And he's a Glory MMA guy with James Krause in his corner.
I'm going to go Witt on this one as well. I'm going to take the underdog.
So there you go.
So there we go. All right, second fight. Let's go to the third fight. Like I said, we're jamming through these ones pretty quick again today. Next up in the light heavyweight division, we have Danilo Marquez against Jolton Almeida. Marquez is 11-3, stands 6'6" with a 77.5-inch reach, and Almeida is 14-2. He stands 6'3" with a 79-inch reach. Almeida is a massive favorite, -435. The comeback is +330 on Marquez. Interesting. Very interesting.
Almeida is a monster. He's the number one light heavyweight coming out of Brazil, right? This is his UFC debut after a second round win on Contender Series.
Yeah.
Again, he's a guy that he finishes fights. He has one unanimous decision loss, and then he got knocked out in 16 seconds in another fight. Those are his two losses. All of his wins have been by finish.
So let me ask you this. Should a guy making his UFC debut be an almost 5-1 favorite against the guy that's fought how many times? How many fights does Marquez have? Let's look it up.
Well, he has 3 UFC fights. He's 2-1 in the UFC.
Okay.
They basically have the same experience level.
Okay.
Here's my issue with our boy Danilo Marquez is he is good on the ground, and he has won fights on the ground, and I don't think he's winning this fight on the ground. I think that's why he's such a heavy favorite.
Interesting. I think
this is a rough night for Danilo.
I didn't watch the weigh-ins. I'll have to watch those after this, the face-offs. But Almeida comes in at 203. Comes in 2 pounds under. Interesting.
Maybe a guy that's just on top of his nutrition, doesn't like to cut weight, and probably walks around like 208 or something, and just hasn't eaten anything today. Probably. Dude, I kind of love that actually.
So we're both on Almeida.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not laying 5-1 on a debuter, but maybe a good DraftKings pick.
Great DraftKings pick. I like it. Next up in the bantamweight division, we have Alexis Davis, Alligator, fighting Jolija Stolyarenko. Davis is 20-11. She stands 5'6" with a 68-inch reach. Stolyarenko 9-5-1. She stands 5'7" with a 69-inch reach. Slight height and reach advantage. Pretty much 6s on the height and reach advantage. Davis is a -240 favorite. Comeback is +200 for Stolyarenko. Stolyarenko coming off of 2 straight losses, and Davis just lost a penny.
I think Davis cruises to a decision win on this one. Like, no speed bumps. Just nice, smooth, cruises to a decision.
I'm having a hard time with this one.
Really?
I mean, part of me wants to give Stolyarenko a little bit of love.
I'd love to, but here's the thing: she's lost 2 fights in a row.
That's true.
She did not look good in either of those fights, And I know while Alexis Davis hasn't had the most stellar performances, Pani is legit. She beat Sabina Mazo, okay. But then, Vivian Arugio, lost to her. She's good. Jennifer Maya, not bad. Caitlin Chikagian, Caitlin's pretty much beating everybody not named Shevchenko.
Yeah.
So it's like, has wins over Liz Karabuch, Sarah Kaufman. I mean, wins over Jessica I.
I'm going to take the underdog.
I'm
going to take Stoliarenko.
That's fine. You're going to be wrong.
I might be.
No, you are.
There's no money on it, so.
There's no might be. You're wrong. Actually, fine. The winner of this has to get punched in the cup by Francis Ngannou. Anybody see that with the new Jackass movie? The guy gets punched in the cup by Francis Ngannou.
How much money would it take you to get punched in the cup by Francis Ngannou? Are they wearing a cup or is it just?
Yeah, he's wearing a cup.
Okay, so.
Yeah, he pop his grapes, dude. Well, I'm done having kids.
That'd have to be a lot of money.
You wouldn't do it for 10 grand?
I don't think 10 grand would be worth it because.
Oh, I think I'd do it for 10 grand.
For 10 grand?
I mean, it's gonna hurt.
Kids.
It's gonna hurt, but I mean, it's 10 G's. 25 grand?
25 grand.
We're talking.
We're starting to talk. Yeah, we're getting up there.
Okay,
we're getting up there. All right, so
GoFundMe. Start a GoFundMe. Somebody.
Let's get this going.
We'll get Francis paid.
Hey.
All that money he's not making fighting for the UFC, we'll get him paid by punching people in the.
We could probably line that up. We know some people down at Extreme Couture.
I bet we could.
I bet we could get that lined up.
He might do it for free. Just for you.
I'll let you do it, and I'll record.
If I get 25 G's. I need a body shot from him for, I don't know. For $1 grand?
Ooh,
$5 grand?
I don't know about that.
For $5 grand?
Ooh. Next up in the middleweight division, Marc-Andre Barriarout against Shidi Bang Bang. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. Jokani. Maybe that's how I say it. Barriarout is 13-4, stands 6'1" with a 73-inch reach. Chitty Bang Bang. I love that nickname, Chitty Bang Bang. He is 20-7, stands 6'3" with an 80-inch reach. Odds are saying this is pretty much a coin flip fight. Who do you like in this one, Zach?
I'll take the Canadian that has the UFC experience. I mean, I like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
He's got some LFA experience. He's got Bellator experience.
And he's got finishes in LFA and Contender Series.
Yeah.
But he did have 3 losses in Bellator. But they're good guys, too. Good competition. You know what? Flip-flop.
Flip-flop?
I'm going Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Bang Bang Niner Gang.
I hate that.
Why do you hate that?
It's just stupid.
You know what you hate? You're a Lions fan and we suck.
True. I'm gonna follow you on that pick, just because I like the nickname.
High level breakdown coverage here.
High
folks.
level at the Damage Plan MMA podcast. I just like the nickname.
High level breakdown. We're picking based off nicknames. Dude, you sound like my kid trying to pick March Madness bracket. Who's the mascot?
And people usually do damn well when they do that, too.
Who's the mascot?
Really good
cool.
on that. Next up in the featherweight division, we got Hakeem Dawadi against Mike Trisano. Dawadi is 12-2-1. He stands 5'8" with a 72-inch reach. Trisano is 9-1. He stands 5'11" with a 71-inch reach. This one's pretty even, man. A little bit of a slight height advantage for Trisano. Dawadi is a -170 favorite. Comeback is +145 on Trisano. This should be an interesting fight.
So I like Hakeem Dawadi. I'm prefacing with that. I don't like how he's won 2 split decisions and lost a decision. I mean, losing a decision to Ilov, who cares?
Ilov, yeah.
But I don't, man, this is a tough one for me. Mike Trisano is one of those guys that was on the Ultimate Fighter. And dude, he just kept winning. He won He wins a lot of decisions. And then his only loss was to Grant Dawson. Man, I want to go Trisano here. I really do. But I think Hakeem wins.
I'm going to ride with the Canadian. Shout out to the Canadian truckers. Dawadi's going to do it for the truckers this weekend. The Canadian truckers.
I don't think he cares about them.
I don't really think he does either, but whatever. All right, so we both are on. I'm on Dawadi. Who are you on? Dawadi? Or are you going Trisano?
Trisano.
Ooh, okay.
Trisano. I'm final answer.
Final answer.
You know, dude, I keep saying it over and over. I love the guys from that undefeated season of the Ultimate Fighter.
I know you're always high on those guys.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, next up in the bantamweight division, we got Miles Chapo Johns against John Castaneda. Sexy Mexi.
Oh, we know who
Johns is 12-1. He stands 5'7" with a 68-inch reach. Castaneda is 18-5. He stands 5'6" with a 69-inch reach. And I actually am not going to go with Sexy Mexi because I love the Fortis MMA guys. So my pick is Johns. I'm
all in on Miles Johns.
He's just
not all in, but I think that's the move there.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
I like Miles Johns a lot, actually.
Next up in the featherweight division, we have our boy Julian Erosa, Juicy J against Steven Peterson. Erosa is 26-9. He stands 6'1" with a 74.5-inch reach. Peterson is 19-9. He stands 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. Juicy J, heavy favorite, -310. The comeback is +250 for Peterson.
Okay, so last time we saw Peterson, it was against Chase Hooper,
and it went to a decision. And if I remember,
but he was in control the whole fight pretty much.
Yeah.
But I think Juicy J is a different animal, and I think Juicy J mops him.
Too much experience, I think, too. Even though they have pretty close to the same 7 more fights for Erosa, but
Erosa, I think the experience and the level has been way higher.
All right, next up in the middleweight division, we got a matchup of Ultimate Fighter contestants that were actually supposed to fight on the Ultimate Fighter in the finale, and Gore ended up getting hurt, so now we're seeing it in the UFC. So Brian Battle against Treyson. Gore. Battle is 6-1, stands 6'1" with a 77-inch reach. Gore 3-0. He stands 6 foot tall. No reach listed on Tapology. Odds are favoring Gore at -150 to +130 for Battle on the comeback.
Well, so these two were supposed to fight in the finale of the Ultimate Fighter, and Gore had to pull out
because he got
injury.
Hurt. Yeah.
I know Gore's favored. I'm going with Brian Battle here. He's been in the UFC. He did make it to the finale. He won. He, won in impressive fashion and then beat Gilbert Urbina, who was on that season as well. Like, I kind of feel like he's the dog. He's the top dog of the group.
I like Battle. He looks good. He's changed his nutrition. He's had looks phenomenal. Looks in phenomenal shape. That is one of the ones that I saw the face on.
I think that's like the value there is really, really good on Brian Battle.
I do too.
As an underdog, give me Battle. Let me bang, bro.
Just let me bang, bro. So we're both on Battle on that one. Next up, we have in the light heavyweight division, we got Smiling Sam Alvey versus Brendan Allen. Allen stepping up on short notice. This is Alvey's 4th opponent in the last week.
Third
opponent. Alvey's 33-16-1. He stands 6'2" with a 75.5-inch reach. All in. Allen 17-5. He stands 6'2" with a 75-inch reach. Alvey riding a 2-fight losing streak, and Brendan Allen, as you know, about a month ago, lost to our boy Chris Curtis. Shout out to Action Man Chris Curtis. That was a great time commenting with Chris at the fight.
We did have fun.
We had a lot of fun. He's funny.
He was
calls it like he sees it. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Man, Brendan Allen's heavy favorite. He's -420. The comeback is +330 for Smiling Sam Alvey.
I feel like Sam Alvey is just taking too many fights that he shouldn't, trying to be the company man.
He is trying to be the company man. I guess every company needs that, right? Every company needs a guy like that.
But he's also lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's lost 6 out of his 7 fights with that one split decision that ended up being a,
I mean, maybe he realizes where he's at in the food chain. He's like, he's not going to be fighting for a title. So he's the guy that the UFC calls when they need a replacement, because they know he'll fight anybody, anytime, anywhere.
But those are the guys that get taken care of by the UFC too.
They do get taken care of. He's mentioned it before on his TikTok. The UFC has taken care of him. My pick's Brendan Allen on this one. I think he's going to rebound after that Curtis loss. I think he may have underestimated Chris a little bit.
I want to pick Sam Alvey so bad. Like, I want to pick him so bad.
Why don't you?
Because I don't think he's actually going to win.
It's a good enough reason, I guess.
I think Brendan Allen's going to win, but I am cheering for Sam Alvey. And I believe that if anybody can pull off an upset like that, it's Sam Alvey.
I'd love to see him pull it off. Zeke thinks Strickland loses. We're almost there. Next up, we have Shavkat Rakhmonov against Carlston Harris. Nomad Rakhmonov is 14-0, stands 6'1" with a 77-inch reach. Harris 17-4. He stands 6 foot tall with a 76-inch reach. I don't even need to break this down. I'm going Rakhmonov, the Kakistani. I'm high on this kid.
Yeah, 14-0 with 14 finishes. Sign me up, dog.
So I did a little bit of research before he fought Cowboy Oliveira, and I was on him on that fight.
Yep.
And he's got 2 submission victories in the UFC. So now he's getting a little step up in competition, though. I wouldn't say step up, but
I wouldn't. I think this is hand fed for him to go 15-0. What are the odds?
You don't think
what are the odds?
minus 230, comebacks plus 190. You don't think Harris causes him any fits?
0.
Same. Rakhmonov's 15-0 after Saturday afternoon.
I mean, Harris is good. Knocked out Impa Castaneda. I can't say his name. Christian Aguilera finished him. Dude, he's on a nice little finish streak himself.
He has, but I just think he's fighting.
On paper, it looks close, but it's not.
Yeah.
How about that?
Co-main event in the middleweight division, we got Punahele Soriano against Nick Maximov. Soriano is 8-1. He stands 5'11" with a 62.5-inch reach. Maximov 7-0. He stands 6 foot tall with a 76-inch reach. Extreme Couture versus Nick Diaz Academy. Nick Diaz Army will be in full effect for the co-main event.
Oh gosh, do we have to listen to that nonsense?
We probably do.
Puna wins.
You think Puna beats him?
Puna wins.
Gives him the L. Gives him his first L.
Yeah, I do.
I'm with you.
Are you?
Yep.
Puna is he hits hard, and I think he's going to be too strong for him.
I'm in agreement. Next up, main event.
Kind of a weak co-main though.
Yeah.
Like, I like the fight, but co-main?
It's a Saturday afternoon.
Whatever.
Only us degenerates are going to be watching it.
Whatever. Zeke, I want to know how you think Strickland loses. Where does he lose? Jack's going to out-wrestle him?
That's the thing with this fight, Hermansson and Strickland, is I want to pick Hermansson so bad.
Why?
I really do.
Our boy Sean Strickland?
I know.
I'm telling Chris Curtis you're picking against his boy.
I know. But then I remember before he got injured from his motorcycle accident, he was on a tear.
He's on a tear right now.
And he's on a tear right now. He's on let's look it up, Tarzan. Okay.
When's the last time he's lost?
His last loss was 2018 to Elizu Zaleski.
Yeah.
He's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's on a 5-fight win streak. Beat Uriah Hall, beat Brendan Allen.
But more importantly, he's 5-0 and undefeated at 185. All of his losses were when he was cutting down to 170.
He lost to Kamaru Usman, decision.
170.
Yep. He beat our boy Court McGee.
Yep.
He's beat some. I mean, he beat Tom Breeze. Like, I didn't realize he beat our boy Bubba McDaniel, who's been on here back in 2014. He's been in the UFC since 2014.
Oh, yeah.
He is the craziest guy on planet Earth. There's nobody. If there was a fight that broke out in the bar, I want Sean Strickland on my team.
Oh, yeah.
100.
And I would not even participate if he wasn't.
I would just.
If he was on the other team, I'm out.
I mean, the guy is nuts. If you are in for a good time and are not offended very easily, go to Twitter and follow Sean Strickland. But if you get offended, don't follow him because
he's offensive.
He is very offensive. He says he's a feminist. You know that? He says he's feminist, like he's pro-woman. Like there was somebody arguing with him, some lady, and he's like, I'm a feminist. What are you talking about? Like, I'm here for you. Like, and she was trying to like discredit him, and you know how people are on Twitter. Yeah.
He's a wild man. I disagree, Zeke. We usually agree, but I disagree on this one. I think Sean Strickland beats him. I think he knocks him out.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted to pick Hermansson.
I think Sean's like coming into his zone. Like he's coming to his own right now.
He'll be 31 in a month.
I'll tell you this. There is nobody I'm more interested in watching fight Izzy than Sean Strickland.
Do you think he gives Izzy any problems?
I think he might.
Really?
Like I wouldn't pick him to win, but I could see him giving Izzy fits.
Yeah.
He's just crazy enough to walk into Izzy's stuff.
He's crazy.
Everybody's careful when they fight Izzy, right? You
Yeah.
got to be careful because you never know. And Sean's gonna be like, "Come on,
Jack! I'm gonna give you a chance."
I knew I liked you. Why won't you fall?
What would you do if some guy was telling you that in a fight? Would you be like,
dude? I'd probably just kick him right in the cup and be like,
"What the
check yourself, dude."
Like some guys, why won't you fall? It's like, what do you do?
Oh man, he's a wild man.
He is crazy. Dude, next weekend we have Izzy and Robert Whitaker pay-per-view. Who's the co-main on that?
I don't.
You don't think Whitaker
No.
changes anything? I'm more excited about the co-main, Derrick Lewis and Tai Tuivasa. That should be the main
Did you
event.
see Tai Tuivasa admitted that he was drunk when he signed for that fight and agreed to it?
Was he really? No.
That's why we love Ty. You're going to be doing another shoe.
They're actually very similar.
They're the same guy.
They're the same guy.
Both really good athletes, quick for their size, hit like trucks, can take a big shot.
And they just...
You know what the only difference is?
What?
I've never seen Ty gas out in a fight.
Ty's not going to gas. But on the flip side, Lewis is not going to do a shoey.
So here's the big question.
Yeah.
Ready? Is it like Francis and Derrick Lewis where they both respect each other's power a little too much?
I don't think so.
I think there's a chance it could be.
I don't think so. I really don't. I don't think Ty's that type of fighter.
You ready for this?
Ty's Polynesian, dude. Those guys, he's not going to take this nothing easy.
Who's favored in that fight?
Dude, this card is legit. Cannonier and Brunson, Kyler Phillips, Marcelo Roa. Actually, Lewis is a -190. I gotta go Bam Bam with that.
Bam.
I gotta go Bam Bam on that. I like that.
Bam Bam.
Lewis has got a 4-inch reach advantage though. Lewis is huge. I can forget how big he is. Okay, I'll take it back. Strickland loses.
Strickland's not losing, Zeke.
Andre Arlovsky's still fighting. Isn't he like 60?
Yeah. It's okay. He's still winning too.
He probably will beat Jared Van. No, Jared Vandermeer is going to beat him.
I like it.
It's a stacked card.
Yeah, it's really good.
Alexander Hernandez, Renato Moicano.
I like Alex Perez versus Matt Schnell.
Carlos Ulberg against Fabio Chavant. AJ Dobson.
Ooh, I like that Ulberg fight.
This is a pretty good pay-per-view.
I like it.
All right.
And if anybody would like to know how Jason and I watch the UFC fights, hit us up. We'll clue you in.
Yeah. We'll clue you in.
That's all. What did you think about John Jones tweeting? Time for best light heavyweight ever. Time to fight the best heavyweight ever.
If
that's Stipe versus John, right?
If he's legit gonna do it, I love it. Give it to him all day.
That's the fight I want to see. Is John versus Stipe for the interim title, right? Is that what we want?
Oh, he changed his mind. He did say, okay, we had good points.
Thank you.
He's a stud, man.
Thank you.
For annoying as he is.
He's crazy. He's everything. He can fight. That's the other thing, right? Like we were just talking about a guy on the fierce card.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call him out, but like we've been privy to some information about him outside of the cage where it's like, oh, he's kind of a crazy kid. And
yeah.
But guess what? But guess what? He can fight.
He can fight. Yeah. He can fight.
And guess what this business is?
It's the fight business.
Fighting. Yeah. So Sean's a crazy person. He's annoying. He's this. He's loud. He says inappropriate things. He's not politically correct, but he can fight, and he's in the UFC. He has a good occupation.
Yeah, but I love Jones and Stipe. That's the fight to make. A heavyweight. Give it to me. Give it to me all day long.
What do you think about Misha Tate or Pena versus Nunez?
I don't really care.
They'll announce who's on there tomorrow.
I would have rather had
I just
Masvidal.
found that out.
I would have rather had Masvidal and not that they could be in this. They probably couldn't be in the same room. Masvidal is too much of a.
I don't think they could. Have you seen those videos about like Masvidal staking out like where Colby used to go eat in Florida and stuff?
Did you see the video? I sent you videos on Twitter that he made about calling him out for being fake and all this stuff.
Like that is like real life. Like they do not like each other.
Masvidal is the guy that if he doesn't like you, you can't be in the same room as him.
No, he's going to sucker punch you.
You're going to get Leon Edwards.
He's going to sucker punch
you. You're going to get 3-piece Minnesota.
Well, have you heard the story about him and Bisping?
No. Oh, I say it. Say what it is.
So him and Bisping had a little beef or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were passing. Bisping and his buddies passed Masvidal.
And Masvidal was by himself, right?
And Masvidal's by himself.
Yeah.
And they just passed and it was no thing.
Yeah.
Bisping didn't realize then that he feels like Bisping did him a solid because he said if roles were reversed, me and my boys would have jumped him.
Yeah.
When they passed, they would have doubled back and jumped him and beat him up.
Yeah.
And when Bisping and his boys didn't do that to Jorge, so now Jorge in his book is like, now we're cool, right? So one guy, and Chael Sonnen told this story.
Yeah.
And then they talk about Jorge is in a bar.
Yeah.
And a guy flips his necklace or whatever and goes, hey, that's nice. And Jorge's sitting there thinking, oh, that guy's going to try and steal my necklace. And he puts him down and then slips out to the bathroom when security comes to break up the fight or whatever.
Yeah.
Guy walks into the bathroom and Jorge sleeps that guy. And Chael goes, Jorge, what do you do? What if he was just there to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
And Jorge goes, couldn't take the risk.
Couldn't take the risk. Jorge is from the streets.
Like that's what the thing is when people talk about it's like, does money change? Money's changed him or whatever. That's just a dude. He is who he is.
Dude, he grew up in Miami, Florida, fighting
Cuban defectors.
As a teenager, fighting grown men in the backyard. Like I just don't think that guy's scared of anything. Nothing. Have you got a chance to watch his promotion?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. Is it on Fight Pass?
Yeah.
I'll have to watch it. Is it good? Is it any good? Yeah.
It's a little hard to watch.
All right.
Bare knuckle MMA.
Yeah.
MMA, ground and pound, bare knuckle.
It seems like there's a certain crowd for that.
But I'm not that crowd. I don't love it.
Yeah, you know me too. It's hard.
So
it's hard. Our boy Kai is fighting Brandon Lambert.
Is it official?
I think it's official. We got to get them on.
Oh my gosh, I don't like that Brandon Lambert guy at all. So I don't know, but whatever.
I don't even know anything.
Hey, real quick, hit up your local Steel Fist fighters. There's a whole lineup of them. See you there, February 12th. We're going to support our guys. Love Ben, love Mark Gonzalez. Our guy Trent from Extreme Couture is going to be up fighting
Big Trent.
Graham McMillan for the 185 AMI title. Brendan Ferreira, he's going to be on the podcast, I guess, Monday. He's a stud, but hopefully we'll see everybody at Steel Fist.
Sweet. We out.